Hey, what's up, gentlemen and ladies? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy discussion, and today I'm going to be talking about another one of the Final Fantasy 15 characters. Like I mentioned in my previous video, I'm going to be doing a lot more of these to try and get all the characters done before the game's release. That being said though, huge shout out to Samuel Toy for suggesting the character of Ignis for this video. Like I mentioned last time, if you guys have any characters in particular that you want me to do, first of all, make sure that I haven't done them already. I'll leave a link in the description to the playlist that has all the character videos I've done. And if I haven't covered yours, then let me know in the comments and you might get a shout out next time. With that out of the way though, let's get started with Monsieur Ignis Scientia. Now, he's probably the one character that our protagonist, Noctis, has known for the longest of any of the other guys, although that hasn't been confirmed yet, so don't quote me on that. He is 22 and uses dual reverse-hand daggers as his primary weapons during the game. Personality-wise, Ignis is the quote-unquote smart one of the party, if you couldn't already tell by him wearing glasses, because as we all know, when it comes to Japanese games and shows, if you wear glasses, you're either really smart or a smartass. Regardless of all the people, he seems to be the one that takes the most care of the prince, always watching out for him since he does have a lot of respect for Noctis, constantly referring to him as Highness rather than Noctis or simply Noct. This could also be because Ignis is the driver and chef, so we have him to thank for getting us around most of the game since he is the one driving like 99% of the time, the other 1% being when Prompto crashed the car. And we also have him to thank for all of those buffs that you get from your meals at the end of the day, temporarily raising all your stats in-game for an entire day. In fact, during Brotherhood, we see that Ignis had been serving the royal family, specifically Noctis, for quite some time, even back when the prince was still in school. Now, in terms of voices, in the Japanese version of the game, he is voiced by Mamoru Miyano, who has worked for Square in the past, providing the voice for Riku in the Kingdom Hearts series. And in terms of the English dub, the actors for the game's cast haven't been revealed yet, but it is worth pointing out that he is the only character so far to speak with an English accent of all the main cast. Of course, Kingsglaive broke all continuity on that by hiring different actors from those in the game to play Regis, Luna, and who knows who else, all of whom are also British, but that's a rant for a different day. This is because Ignis is supposedly from another part of the world than Noct and the rest of the party. Where exactly, we're not sure. He could be from a different city in Lucis or an entirely different kingdom altogether. Maybe Solheim? Hashtag shameless. Well, whatever it is, we can confirm that it's not Lead.
Hey there, y'all kept a girl waiting.
But we'll see when the game releases, hopefully. Finally, on the topic of his name, originally his full name was Ignis Scientia, although the guys mostly just called him Iggy. However, recently they haven't been using his middle name all that much, probably meaning that they dropped it entirely, the reasons still unknown. It's kind of a shame. He was the only character in the party besides Noctis to even have a middle name, but individually, Ignis means fire, Stupeo means to amaze or to stun, and Scientia means knowledge. Again, not very subtle with the whole smart guy theme that they were going for here. His full name's definition is kind of a hard one, I'm not gonna lie. Like I've mentioned earlier, I wouldn't be surprised, or stupeoed, if the developers simply threw in some phrases on Google Translate and named the characters off like that, so it's kind of hard to decipher them back in reverse, but I think that they meant to write something like fire stuns with knowledge, also meaning that knowledge can be just as effective in a fight as fire, or something to that degree, but in the way that they wrote it, the literal translation is fire stuns knowledge, so literally the opposite of what they probably meant, but oh well. You can see why they later dropped his middle name, making it just Fire Knowledge now, but whatever. And that's pretty much all that we know currently about Ignis. He's a pretty interesting character, if I do say so myself, and my personal favorite from the 4 main party members. Again, if you have an FF15 character that you'd like me to cover next, be sure to tell me in the comments. Either way, that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to blitz that like button, subscribe as always. Stay tuned for all things Final Fantasy!